Otani heads up there to lead things off for the Dodgers, and the lineup looks like this with Teoscar Hernandez and Freeman to follow him. Will Smith having a great season as the catcher. Muncy bats fifth. Andy Pages in center field with Conforto, Edman, and Kim to finish things up.
Well, Warren attacks with his fastball. High percentage of first pitch fastballs. Will he stay stubborn with that against the Dodgers? I say you got to pitch a little reverse. First pitch fastball to Otani could be a quick score change, so you got to get the respect of this lineup. Doesn't chase, but the aggressiveness of Will Warren, we'll see how he goes.
3 times the last 5 games, Otani has led off with a home run. Hit 2 of them yesterday. That's 15 in the month of May. That's 22 this season to lead the big leagues. And so after he had 54 in his first season with the Dodgers, on pace for more than 60 this year. Hits one sharply and through, and a leadoff hit for Otani.
Well, for Otani, and we all talk about the anticipation back to the mound, I would think he's got about 3 more weeks of stealing bases at an aggressive level before they temper that down once he goes to the mound. But it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't change anything about his game. A weapon on the bases, a weapon at the plate, and soon to be a weapon on the mound.
That's the amazing thing. He's doing things that feel like we've never seen before, and it's only half of the ordeal. It's only half of what you get when he's at the peak of his powers, as Teoscar Hernandez fouls off the first pitch.
Well, that's just an incredible success rate, and amount of speed and power that he displays. No bets in the lineup, but the Dodgers top 5 still. They are a great top 4 offensive team.
Teoscar Hernandez back on a 3-year contract. Proved himself last year on that 1-year deal. A lot of the proving happened against the Yankees. That series in June, he was excellent at Yankee Stadium and then performed again in the postseason. And you figured when the fans were chanting at the World Series parade, "Bring back Teo, bring back Teo," they had to find a way to do it. And he's been even better in his 2nd year in L.A. I mean, this is another guy not on Judge's level, but the same idea where you think of him as a power hitter. He's turning into a well-rounded hitter.
The average is surprising because he more is a power hitter thought of, but he's cut down on those strikeouts. And if he continues to do that, the average will go up, and the ability to drive in runs will go up as well.
A 2-1 from Warren, fouls it off.
Now, Warren has 2 fastballs. They're both sneaky. A 4-seam fastball that he'll throw away, and then he's got that 2-seam movement with 2 different breaking balls. So he has the ability to quiet offenses when he's making pitches down in the zone, and he gets a lot of called strikeouts, especially with his fastball.
Only Tarek Skubal has a higher strikeout rate, reigning Cy Young Award winner in the American League. And Will Warren. There's a sneaky fastball right there by Hernandez for the first out.
You always need pleasant surprises in your run back to championship form, and Will Warren could be that for the Yankees.
So 1 gone in this first inning, and the reigning World Series MVP Freeman climbs in. And he has followed up that tear in the World Series with a huge season. 368 to lead the National League after he got 3 more hits last night. Fisher Investments player profile. You figure that it's going to be one of these 2 guys that wins National League Player of the Month. What do you got?
That's incredible. I mean, to hit 400 is incredible, but how about the 15 home runs?
Hard to beat that. That is a Dodger record for the month of May. Freeman pokes a base hit the other way, and Otani and Freeman both with first inning singles against Will Warren. With Dodger offense, you're talking about the top 4 being so good. Otani and Freeman both coming up with hits. And now you got Will Smith coming to the plate. And if you ask Dave Roberts, this is the guy that's really made the lineup go.
Yeah, he's got the combination of patience and the ability to barrel a baseball. He just doesn't give in. He's awesome with runners in scoring position because of his ability to barrel a baseball. And it wouldn't surprise me if he uncharacteristically swings at this first pitch with runners on.
He does, and bangs a base hit to right center field. Otani heads for the plate. Throw goes to third. Freeman's in there. Into second goes Smith, and the Dodgers on the board quickly. Will Smith with an RBI single. 1-0 LA.
That's scouting report 101. Fastball throwing first pitch out of Will Warren. And a guy that you typically think is going to work the count, not so fast with runners on. He goes to right field. He does it as good as anybody. That speaks to what Dave Roberts talks about with Will Smith. And the key is managing his times behind the plate so you can keep his bat in the lineup.
He's gotten off to hot starts before. He's gone to the last 2 All-Star games, but injuries have kept him from being as good in the second half. They just caught up their top prospect, who's another catcher, in Dalton Rushing, and the hope is that a little more time for Rushing means a little more health for Smith as the year goes on, to your point.
Yeah, that position will wear you out. Physically, mentally, all the things you have to do, and that's why it's so rare to have a combination catcher with average and power like Will Smith.
Second and third with 1 away. Max Muncy comes up.
Here's another guy. Typically works the count, doesn't swing at the first pitch. Runners on second and third with the infield in. All bets are off. If I'm pitching and Will Warren, I'm thinking off speed on the first pitch here to Max Muncy.
Swing and a miss, and it was.
I mean, that was just a great breaking ball that started in the zone and darted out of the zone and fooled Max Muncy.
You know, for the Yankees offensively, the question was, how do they deal without Juan Soto in the rotation? How do they handle losing Garrett Cole and then heal? Well, Will Warren's been a big part of that answer. 25 years of age, from Brandon, Mississippi. His last 4 starts, he's got a 2.05 ERA.
And he's been striking out a ton of guys in those 4 spots. He needs a strikeout right here in the worst way in the first inning.
Delivers 1-1. Ball 2.
The thing about the Dodgers that's so impressive, you saw those 2 changeups right there. I'd say 90% of the players that would be up there would have swung at him. And that's what Max Muncy, even though he's struggling, Dave Roberts loves the fact that he doesn't expand the zone. Now, he'll expand it up. It's hard for him to expand it down unless it's a breaking ball.
199 career home runs for Muncy. Strokes a base hit up the middle. Freeman can walk home. Smith will stop at third. 2-0 Dodgers.
Showed him a first pitch breaking ball, and then he hits one out over the plate right up the middle. And the rally that the Dodgers put on has continued in the second game here. They've jumped on the Yankees. They were down to a great pitcher by 4 or 5 runs and came back and won that game.
Yeah, Max Fried's been the best pitcher in baseball this year. He'd given up 10 runs total before he gave up 6 runs last night. First and third, 1 away. Here's Andy Pages. And they just keep on coming, showing the length of this lineup. This is a guy in Pages a month into the season, John, was looking over his shoulder wondering when somebody was going to come up to take his spot, but has turned a complete corner. And the Dodgers think that what they're seeing in the last month or so is real. It's at $150 a month in, 330 with game-changing defense since then.
And he's one of the best breaking ball hitters off of right-handed pitchers in the league. As a matter of fact, he's the best. So strength against strength here, and how that Will Warren will navigate this 1-1 count, getting a swing and miss, trying to induce a ground ball or, again, another strikeout.
Here comes Warren's 1-1. Pages chases strike 2.
That breaking ball is firm and late. And because of the angle that he throws out of this lower 3/4, see how it stays in the strike zone and looks good to the hitter the whole way? He could expand it if he wanted to, or throw that fastball up here with 1-2 pitch.
Does go up with a fastball.
It's watching him pitch the last 3 games. This is classic Will Warren. His sneaky fastball gets ahead of the hitters, and then when he climbs the ladder, they don't get to it because they've slowed him down with a breaking ball. Then they raise the eye level of a fastball. Now he can do whatever he wants right here. He can throw that breaking ball again after the fastball up that he fouled off.
Does throw the breaking ball off
just
it.
A little too low.
It.
Yep, just a little too low, and it changed the eye set of Pages.
That breaking pitch of Warren's breaks as far as any sweeper in the majors, about 20 inches on average. See what he goes with on 2-2. Back to the fastball and poked foul. Four hits in this first inning for the Dodgers. Smith at third, Muncy at first. Another 2-2 to Pages, and the count goes full. So 21 pitches already for Will Warren, still looking for his second out.
And here, if you're Dave Roberts, you trust Pages and send the runner, Muncy, not most fleet of foot, on a 3-2 count. This is where Will Warren has gotten some great success on fastballs down that look like they're going to be a ball and stay there and get a called strike. He's got a lot of called strikeouts in the last 4 games.
Against an aggressive hitter here in Pages. His payoff. Another foul, up to 97 that time. So this is a bucket list moment for him, pitching at Dodger Stadium, kid from a small town in Mississippi. And it was also a chance for him to say, okay, I've pitched really well lately. Let's go see where I'm at against one of the best lineups in the game.
He had a game similar to this in Colorado. He had 2 runs in and a lot of traffic on the bases and buckled down and held him there, which I thought was a tremendous job in Colorado. Now, he's not facing the Colorado lineup. He's facing the Dodgers. It's going to be a little more of a test here, down 2-0.
Hard to get any more polar opposite in those two lineups. He winds up walking Pages on 9 pitches. Pages takes the walk to load the bases. Up comes Michael Conforto, longtime New York Met. In his first season with the Dodgers, has struggled mightily. Dodgers taking some comfort lately. He's been hitting the ball harder. Had a big bases loaded walk last night. Finds himself with the bases loaded again.
Yeah, and surprisingly been struggling on fastballs. And here's a chance right here to get going. He's going to face a lot of fastballs, I would think, against Warren. The bases loaded.
7th man to bat in this first inning. Bends back on a first pitch fastball.
You can tell the adrenaline is a little bit high for Warren. Typically, those 2 fastballs vary between the 4-seam that's on the belt and the 2-seam, which is down, and he hasn't really connected with either of them on a consistent basis.
2-0.
That's the downside. The good side of his arm angle, tough to see, tough to hit. The downside of the arm angle, you can get in that upshoot. You can start missing the strike zone in places that get you in big time trouble against a team, again, that doesn't swing outside the zone very much.
Michael Conforto looking for his first hit with a runner in scoring position since March. 2-1.
I actually like that pitch. 2-0. He threw him a breaking ball. He missed 2 straight fastballs and came in with a breaking ball. You might very well see that same breaking ball again on the 2-1.
Bases loaded, 1 away, 2 in the bank here in the first. Conforto had 1 to hit and fouled it off. It's that same idea, though, that fastball that doesn't look too great as far as the velocity, not always commanded perfectly, but guys just don't seem to get good looks at it. Out of that funky low delivery of Will Warren. Can he respond the way he did in Colorado on Sunday? He's home with a 2-2. Conforto lifts the ball to right center field. Bellinger runs back. Edge of the track. He's got it. Plenty deep enough to bring home Will Smith. And it's 3-0 Dodgers in the first. Sacrifice fly for Michael Conforto. He's knocked in a run in both games this weekend.
Well, the defense by the Yankees should be much better this year. And part of the reason is one of the guys that playing right field in Bellinger. Last year, they were really undone by their defense. And it all could be you know, that fifth inning can kind of just sum up the way the year was for the Dodgers, or for the Yankees when they faced the Dodgers in that epic fifth inning.
Tommy Edman to the plate here. Was Edman who hit that soft line drive to center field that Judge couldn't corral, that started that inning that they'll talk about as long as they talk about baseball, and that probably always going to stand as one of those innings that represents World Series meltdowns. Upstairs and a ball on Edman, who missed 3 weeks with an ankle injury, has struggled since coming back, just 5 for 35.
Typical Yankees, or typical Dodgers against the Yankees. 17 strikes, 17 swings. They haven't taken a strike. So the game plan's been pretty simple.
Poked past third and under Bebas. And just as we talk about the defense letting them down in the World Series, it does right here. A 4 spot for the Dodgers in the first. And the Dodgers have batted around in this first inning.
Well, he was playing in and had to respect Edmonds, and he slices one that just takes a nasty hop. And I'm pretty sure they're going to give that a hit, because I already wrote it down as a hit.
They have to.
They have to now. I got penned
today. Hey, good news.
It's a hit.
It's a hit. Don't need that magic eraser. So they've batted around in this first inning as Ha-Seong Kim comes to the plate.
Well, the worst part for Will Warren is not only did he not get out of the inning right there, he's in that danger part of 30 pitches in an inning. There's nothing worse than being in a hot game on the road and you piled up 30 pitches and you're not sat down yet.
And the bullpen has already begun to stir for the Yankees. So 4 in the bank, second and third for the Dodgers here, and Kim, who hits 9th, comes up to the plate. Kim, 26 years old, from Korea, started this season in AAA. Came up at the beginning of this month because of some of the injuries the Dodgers were dealing with, and they figured it'd just be a couple weeks. Shows bunt here and takes a ball, but he's done so much that as they got healthy, instead of sending Kim back to the minors, they released their longest tenured player in Chris Taylor.
Yeah. Well, nice start at home. 467 batting average at home will get you some playing time.
Yeah. Starts at short today. Mookie Betts is out. And day-to-day with that fractured toe. You hear fractured toe, and it's like, man, that ain't good. But Dodgers say, we'll figure a few days, and hoping to avoid an IL stint for Betts. Kim, pretty good guy to plug in. 366 in his first month in the big leagues, and he's ahead 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, you know, peripheral vision works for pitchers because they know who's standing on deck. And a 3-0 count with a base open and Otani up. Pour it down the middle.
And part of the beauty of hitting 9th in front of Otani, part of what's allowed Kim to get off to the start that he has. He sees a lot of strikes. Pitchers having that peripheral vision. 3-2. .35 pitch first inning for Will Warren. Been one of the hottest pitchers in the league. 5 hits and a walk in the inning. 3-2 on Ha-Seong Kim. Warren deals, and Kim takes ball 4 to get Otani up again for the second time in the first inning. And a decision here for Aaron Boone. Does he hope that Warren can get through this and get into the game? Or does he make a change and get that bullpen going early? They're stuck between a rock and a hard place here.
Yeah, and if that's tough, whatever's tougher than that, he's got it right now.
Yeah.
Facing Otani after already throwing. Did he get a strike called on him? The umpire
I haven't seen the signal.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, they've put it up. A pitch clock violation took Otani too long to get into the box.
Wow.
Warren is saying thank you, baseball gods. Yeah, so with that first pitch, it's 1-1. Yeah, started this all with a base hit. Yeah, you saw a lot of times it's so subtle.
Yeah.
The home plate umpire John Tumpane said, hey, welcome to home plate, strike one. Mack is loving what he's watching. Here's a 1-1 pitch, and there's strike two.
Higher than high, lower than low. The only two spots you can go. See that movement right there? Fantastic location and movement.
1-2 pitch. Yeah, and he got him. So the Dodgers get 4 in the first inning. Warren's able to strike out Otani to leave the bases loaded, but the damage is done, and the guys that have carried this offense all season get it started. After an inning in L.A., Dodgers 4, Yankees nothing.